While sending a strong message to the United Kingdom, India has reduced UK envoy special security status in the country. However, normal security of the envoy will continue to remain. The British Commission, while reacting to the Indian government's move, said, and I quote them here, "We do not want to comment on the security matters." This is the response that is coming out from them. Meanwhile, BJP held protests against the UK government outside the British Council in Chandigarh, demanding stern action against the perpetrators of the event that happened in London at the earliest.
Security has been downgraded. In fact, I'm not seeing any sort of external barricades. If I can show you the visuals as of now, I'm standing outside the British High Commission, and you can see that normal internal security is there, but no sort of barricading or police presence for that matter. And you know, it is coming from top, we are learning, and it is a sort of message that has been given, because we have seen the sort of vandalism in London, and after that, in fact, tricolor was removed from the High Commission there, and this is a sort of message that India has given: no PCR van, no external barricades, or no police presence for that matter. This is the main entry of a British High Commission.
We are outside the UK High Commissioner's residence in the national capital, and you can see how the security has in fact been removed from here. By security, I mean the barricades. There used to be in fact how there was a separate lane to in fact enter the residence of the High Commissioner, the UK High Commissioner in Delhi. Apart from that, these are the marks. This is in fact the entrance towards the High Commissioner's residence, and that's why there was in fact proper security that was provided. But today we are seeing that these means of securities have in fact been removed from right in front from the residence of the High Commissioner. In everyone's mind, it was the question that what about the security? Where is the security? Why was the security in London? Why didn't they stop such elements from entering and doing such protests and removing the Indian flags? These were, of course, the questions that were in the mind of everyone. So is this in fact a tactic, or is this in fact a response where we are seeing that the security means that has in fact been removed from the High Commissioner's residence?
Hot on the heels of the vandalism that we saw at the Indian High Commission on Sunday, we have another huge Khalistan demonstration outside the Indian High Commission due later today, and this has been billed as the big one. We can expect thousands to attend this, going by estimates by organizers and by the police. On Sunday, just 15 to 20 people turned up, and of course, when you have a demonstration on this scale, there is going to be a very massive police deployment for certain to try and prevent anything untoward from happening, to prevent any violence from taking place. The police have on occasion, when needed and when the situation has demanded, have taken effective action. In the past, we've had attacks on the High Commission, and then following that, when there have been further demonstrations, we've had an iron ring thrown around the Indian High Commission. That was when Preeti Patel was the Home Minister, the Home Secretary. So clearly, if there is political will, there is protection possible. But of late, there has been a question how far the police are prepared to go, how far they've been ordered to go to take steps to prevent this kind of violence.
आज ब्रिटिश काउंसिल के बाहर जो है आज प्रदर्शन किया जा रहा है, मेमोरेंडम जो है वो देने की बात की जा रही है। यहाँ पर मेमोरेंडम जो है वो लेकर पहुंचे हैं। कल जो भी लंदन में हुआ, किस तरह से चीजें हुई, जिस तरह से भी चीजें हुई, उसका पूरी तरह से जो है वो विरोध किया जा रहा है पूरे देश में। उसको लेकर आज मेमोरेंडम अगेंस्ट द इंसिडेंट ऑफ वैंडलाइज्ड एट हाई कमिश्नर ऑफ इंडिया, उसको लेकर आज यहाँ पर पहुंचे हैं। हाई कमिश्नर ऑफ इंडिया को एक मेमोरेंडम जो है वो दिया जाएगा, उसको लेकर। सर, किस तरह से देखते हैं जो भी चीजें हो रही हैं पंजाब में, और कल जो लंदन में हुआ है खालिस्तानी झंडे को लेकर, आज किस तरह से वो प्रोटेस्ट करें?
ये सारे का सारा आम आदमी पार्टी की देन है, जो आज पंजाब में अस्थिरता पैदा हो रही है। सिखों के ड्रेस में ये पाकिस्तानी स्पॉन्सर्ड पाकिस्तानी एजेंट है बेसिकली। इन लोगों ने पूरी दुनिया में सिख कौम को बदनाम करने का काम किया है। इन्हें सिख कम्युनिटी बिल्कुल एक्सेप्ट नहीं करती है, और हम लोग इसका स्ट्रांगली कंडेम करते हैं इस चीज को और इंग्लैंड गवर्नमेंट से, ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट से ये डिमांड करते हैं ऐसे लोगों के ऊपर सख्त कार्रवाई की जाए।
उनको सख्त से सख्त वहाँ पे सजा मिलनी चाहिए ताकि आने वाले टाइम के अंदर किसी के अंदर हिम्मत ना हो कि हमारे देश के झंडे के साथ अपमान करे।
Let me bring in my colleagues who are joining us on the broadcast at this hour. Akash Sharma is joining us live from the British High Commission, and Sharon Elizabeth is live from the residence of the British High Commissioner, Alex Ellis. I'll come to you first, Akash. The fact that we were just watching that ground report that you'd filed for us from outside the British High Commission, that entire office, we'd like to understand this particular barricading, that the cement barricading and all of that which has been removed, were they put especially after that entire London fiasco that was seen on Sunday? And was there some kind of a threat where some miscreants possibly will come and sort of create some sort of a furor outside the British High Commission? Or was that a usual exercise that was in place when it comes to the British High Commission?
So, Griha, these were just jersey barriers, the cemented barriers, and in fact, this is the place. This is the place where we used to see those jersey barriers, and these were routine barriers. So it was not like that after only after the particular happening these barriers were placed, and these were the routine barriers. And in fact, we are learning. In fact, I had a word with senior officials of Delhi Police, and they are saying that they have removed at least 12 to 15 jersey barriers, and also the regular barricades, that the yellow color barricades that we normally see on roads. So those barriers were in place as well, and these jersey barriers were there as well, and these have been removed, and this whole road is clean. You cannot see any sort of barrier as of now, and no police presence. And otherwise, we used to see a PCR. This is Shanti Path, the normal road where you can see that the usual road traffic, and this is the high security lane where we used to see all these arrangements, including the PCR van, the security personnel, and also the barriers and barricades that I'm talking about. But these have been removed. Security has been downgraded, Greha, and officers, in fact, the district level officers are saying that they received these instructions from the top officers, and after that this exercise has been done. And in fact, last night this was in fact initiated, and in the morning today, in fact, the remaining barriers were removed, barricades were removed, in fact. Also, Anvit Srivastav mentioned it categorically that while talking about the Delhi police. So Delhi police is saying that this is a routine exercise. After threat assessment, they take decisions, and a decision was taken. In fact, just a few minutes back when I had a word with a senior officer of Delhi police, so he categorically mentioned that if required, we'll be putting the regular barricades once again. But the focus is on jersey barriers because, see these marks. These marks clearly show that these barriers were in place for last so many months and so many years.
Okay.
Because you see the depth of these marks.
Yes.
And these have been removed. Now we don't know as to what was the specific reason behind this removal, and we'll get to know because we are in fact waiting for an official statement either by the Delhi police or by anyone else authority. But this is being seen in connection of what we saw in London, the vandalism, where
Yes.
the Indian tricolor was removed by Khalistani extremists, and after that, this is being seen as in connection of the particular incident.
Absolutely. And
as of
Akash,
now,
from what and how you're
once
mentioning
again, if I
this, I'm
can
really sorry to interrupt you. I just want to understand one quick thing. This can definitely be seen as a very, very strong posturing vis-a-vis the kind of retaliation that can be suggested of the Indian authorities of what happened in London. But when it comes to the security personnel who've been assigned to at the British High Commission, has there been a reduction in that as well when it comes to the security personnel, or they remain intact?
So, we have a booth there. There we have one personnel, and this is a routine security. But other than that, we used to have PCR vans along with those barriers. And Greha, in normal days, when you come from this Shanti Path lane to the High Commission, it is not very easy, bringing your vehicles because there are barriers, the jersey barriers that I'm mentioning, and the barricades. But now, it's all free. In fact, the lane is all free. You can see that that private car is in fact standing there. So all barriers, including the jersey barriers and the routine barriers have been removed, routine barricades have been removed, and also the security personnel have been removed. Because, this is a downgrade in security definitely, but we don't know the reason as to why it has been done or why this decision was taken. Also, Griha,